There's a few things that I don't understand about this coronavirus stuff. One, why did it take a deadly virus to tell people that they should wash their hands with water and soap, wipe down surfaces before and after use, and use hand sanitizer from time to time to keep their hands clean? Secondly, why is tissue and towel paper, but especially tissue, disappearing from the shelves on stores, but y'all leaving soap, deodorant, eggs, other essential shit, cereal? Fuck is you talking about? Like, why is all of this other essential shit still being left on the shelf, but y'all getting just the paper products? Don't y'all need to wash y'all ass? Don't y'all need soap? Don't y'all need breakfast items? Don't y'all need fucking lunch and dinner and shit? The fuck, man, y'all bullshitting. There's so many discrepancies with this COVID-19 stuff that I'm really not gonna get into. I told y'all I was gonna drop this video. It's just a few things that just didn't sit right with me, that still don't sit right with me, such as those two things I named. But something else I named, the government doesn't want us to know certain things. So my question is, if this virus is so out of pocket, which a lot of people are dying from it, yet more people have died from the flu than have died from this, but yet, motherfuckers wasn't tripping out about that. Motherfuckers wasn't tripping and shutting shit down when it came to the swine flu, H1N1, Ebola, SARS, things of this nature. But when this corona shit hit, like, everything just stopped. Like a fucking switch was, turned on. Turned off, actually, because everything just shut off. So I don't really understand it. Basically, this virus is making shit happen. Like, is making people realize that they should be doing things that they already should have been doing from the get-go. Like, that didn't make sense to me. It shouldn't take a deadly virus for you to realize you should keep yourself clean, and the areas that you use, the area you live in, and all that. You should have already been keeping up with the maintenance and the hygiene of these places, along with your personal hygiene. Why has AIDS, HIV, hepatitis C, and all of these other sexual diseases been around and killing people, thousands, if not more, for decades? Yet, motherfuckers is still out here having unprotected sex. But this corona shit comes down, and y'all running and getting gloves, masks, hand sanitizer, rubbing alcohol, Lysol, all of this stuff. So I understand why y'all bought all of this for this corona shit. But why not use protection for something you actually have control over, which is whether you catch a disease or not? I understand condoms are not 100%. I understand a lot of birth control is not 100%. But damn, man, like, how you don't protect yourself against something you have control over, but you do over something you don't? Like, I understand why you do over something you don't, but dude, you could prevent from getting a female pregnant or catching a disease, but you ignore the condoms. Like, really, like, STDs have been killing people for decades, like, but y'all wasn't really tripping on that, but you tripping on this corona shit. Okay, what is it going to take for people to wake up and be like, there's something going on here? Because if this pandemic is really out of our hands, how can the government put specific dates on times when things should open back up and things of that nature? How can they give these very specific dates? Oh, we're going to open back up on this date at this time. Things of that nature, if it's so unpredictable and it hasn't been contained yet. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, not in the least, nor do I strive to be or ever want to be one, nor have I ever been one. But I just feel as though the government knows more about this virus than it lets on. I don't think this was a freak accident. I feel like this is man-made, and it was intentionally put out to kill people, population control, if you will. But that's just my opinion on it. What about y'all? I feel bad for all of the people who have lost loved ones or who loved ones have become ill with this virus. And all I can do is tell you to stay prayed up and stay positive. We've gotten through some pretty harsh times in the past. And, you know, we're still gonna get through it. But please don't be misguided. Like when specialists say things like, oh, extreme heat kills the virus. How is that so? Yet there's cases in California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, you know, Florida, some of the hottest states who generally stay hot to at the least mildly warm. But yet they still have a lot of cases, especially California. Like, come on. Like, obviously, heat is not the solution. So that was a lie. They kept saying, okay, we're going to open up in 2 more weeks. Once that 2-week period has came and went, or when it was about to come up, they were like, okay, we're going to extend it for 2 more weeks because the cases still haven't went down. And they did that to kind of not cause panic. So they did it as to where if you say, oh, we're going to go back in 2 months, that sounds like a long time. That's 60 days, give or take. So what you do to not cause panic, even though you know internally that it's bullshit, is that you just extend things every 2 weeks, which still equals a month or 2, if not longer. So it kind of didn't make sense. It did make sense, but it didn't make sense. But I don't know. I really want to know what y'all think about this whole coronavirus. Me personally, I have older relatives in their 70s that have respiratory problems, so they're the most at risk, even though from what I see in the news, anybody of any age could catch it. They're the most at risk. So I wear a mask and use hand sanitizer. I have some in my car and I have some in my bathroom. You know, they're the most at risk. I work with inmates / residents, so at this point at least. So these guys, you know, they could bring it in. One of my officers could bring it in. So I don't want to put my loved ones in jeopardy. So that's why I wear it. Because the way I feel, you know, is though, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. If this virus is going to be what takes me out, it's going to be what takes me out. Like, no matter how many masks, how much hand sanitizer I use, how much Lysol I spray, if this virus is going to take me out, it's going to take me out, no matter what efforts I put in to prevent that from happening. Now, I don't want to think like that, but that's real. At the end of the day, that's real. So, you know, I'm staying positive. You know, I pray, you know, for those of y'all who don't believe in God and things like that, just stay positive. This will blow over. I'm not psychic or anything, but I feel as though this is going to blow over. But it's going to get worse before it gets better. And that's just how it is. That's just my prediction. I want all of y'all to be safe. I want all of y'all to just, you know, man, don't let this beat you down. Life still is going to go on. And that's real. So, I don't know, man. There's a lot going on. A lot. From the unarmed black man who got killed by the police in Minneapolis to this virus. You know, there's just a lot going on in the community. You know, businesses slowly opening back up. And there's always a chance that there could be a resurgence because things was opening up too soon, in my opinion. Like, there's so much going on that I really can't touch on. But y'all see it every day in the news. Y'all know what's going on. I try not to look at the news because it's very depressing, so I try not to even look at it. I have a news break app on my phone, so it sends me news pretty frequently throughout the day. So I always have a chance to see what's, you know, going on in the world. But I tend not to because, again, it's depressing. Most times it's rarely anything good. But I feel as though they already have a cure, remedy, treatment, whatever you want to call it, for this virus. But until enough people die from it, you know, they're not going to put it out. But that's just my personal opinion. Maybe I'm incorrect with that. I hope I'm incorrect with that, and that they're working day and night to find a cure, so, you know, people don't have to keep dying, because it's really sad. But like I said, y'all, please stay safe, stay prayed up, and stay positive no matter how hard it is. That's all I got to say.